Game Awards don't start until 6:30, but I've got the official stream page pulled up on YouTube from the Game Awards profile, and it says they're starting in 40 minutes. So I'm guessing there's a pre-show that I didn't know about. So I was thinking the sooner we can get through these nominees, the better. Maybe Skyrim's nominated for something. I'm imagining we're gonna get a lot of Elden Ring. Remember when the last time we did this, how they announced Elden Ring, and now it's nominated for all these Game Awards? Basically, if you haven't seen the Game Awards before, it's an industry circle jerk where they pick like 5 games. I guess it gets whittled down by a committee or something, and then there's like 5 games to vote on, but it's usually like all AAA titles. They say there's indie games like Stray, but Stray's not an indie game. It's like a AA game, right? There's not like... Indie is like 1 or 2 people working on a game. You mean to tell me 1 or 2 people made Stray? Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe that one bit. So, it's an ordeal. I don't know how long the Game Awards are tonight, but we're gonna check out the nominees, and then we're gonna check out the awards and watch the show and clown on Jeff and his cronies, and we're just gonna goof off and have a great time. I figured the longer we talk, the less time we have to look at these nominees, so let's jump on over to the layout and take a look at these babies. So these are the 2022 nominees for the Game Awards. We got all the categories, including Game of the Year, Best Esports Team, Best Esports Coach. Really? I know we joked about this last time, but who the fuck cares about esports coaches? You need a coach to tell you how to play Call of fucking Duty? And of course the games, they're grayed out because I can't vote on them because at one point voting was open to the public, so just bear with me that these are all grayed out. A Plague Tale Requiem, there's Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm surprised that there's a Nintendo game on this list. Then again, I think they had to do that for the sake of, you know, incorporating the big 3, because I don't think anything Nintendo's made is going to be Game of the Year worthy. But I'm expecting to see, okay, A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War. I'm expecting that we're going to see those a lot in these categories. And then there's Stray, which I feel like they're going to try to use this as their, oh, we support indie games! That's going to be their crutch, even though Stray was made by, like, a competent, sizable development team. It's not an indie game. It's just not a AAA game. That's all it is. Anyways, funny cat meme game, is probably going to win awards. It's going to be in a lot of these categories. So those are your candidates for Game of the Year. These 6 games, none of which I've played, none of which I want to play or give any modicum of a shit about, are Game of the Year material. Yeah, I'm going to sit down and play God of War. I can't wait to play that game. I never played any God of War game. I think I played maybe the first one on PS2 when it was new, as a fucking joke. Because a friend of mine had an inside joke with me about it, where we're like, is this game any good? Because some awkward person from high school asked us that one time when we were in a GameStop. I think I maybe tried out God of War 1. And I didn't finish it, because I played it someplace else and I didn't own a copy of it. But none of these games matter. None of these games matter. They all suck. I'm just going to throw it out there. All of these games are just crap. Elden Ring is the latest Skyrim-like adventure game, I guess. It's from Software, so this is what? Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls. It's that category of games, because people like being punished. Game journalists hate this game, from what I understand, because it's too hard. Anyways, that's it for this category. Let's go to the next category. Best Game Direction. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray again, and Immortality. Never heard of any of these. I mean, I've heard of Stray, and I don't know about Immortality. Okay, the only difference between this category and this one is that Immortality is here. This could very well just be Game of the Year all over again. All over again. Best Narrative. And once again, it's games we've already seen. We're 3 awards deep, and we've already looped back around. None of these games we haven't seen yet. Plague Tale, Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War, Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality. I mean, what? If you have a good director, obviously you probably have a good narrative, right? So why not just nominate all the same games for that? Just dump them all in. There's gonna be like 7 or 8 games that are just gonna be repeated throughout all of these categories. Mark my words, because let's go to the next one. Best Art Direction. Oh look, Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon, Stray, and now there's a new one, Scorn. What's Scorn? Haven't heard of it. Then again, my finger's not on the pulse of contemporary gaming. I'm literally combing through the Spriters resource right now looking for stuff to make new Gatorbox assets with. So it's not like I'm looking toward, the future of gaming. You think Stray's going to get this one? You think Stray's going to get the pity votes here? Because of the LOLs you get to play as a cat? There's a dedicated meow button, you guys! Oh my god, Game of the Year material right here. You get to play as a cat! Best Score and Music. And here we are, Plague Tale, Elden Ring, God of War, Xenoblade Chronicles, and now we've got Metal Hellsinger. So, I think Metal Hellsinger is probably going to be the dark horse here, because obviously I'm assuming it has like a metal soundtrack. So there's that. Also, outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. A licensed soundtrack. Just licensing out the music and you get an award for it. No work went into making the music for this game. We just licensed it all from Universal Music Group. Oh, don't beat yourself up over it, Python Blue. I thought Brock had a great soundtrack. You did a good job on Brock. The problem is that the Game Awards are just a big circle jerk for the top dogs in the industry. I don't think Brock is going to be nominated for anything. I don't even think Brock's going to win a People's Choice Award, because even those games were already determined. That was like Sonic Frontiers and Genshin Impact and shit. Anyways, I'm going to eat some raspberries so I can get some vitamins while I do this stream. Best Audio Design. How is that not just Best Score and Music again? We got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the second one. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, because it's not the one from like 2008 or whatever. That's not confusing. Once again, we got Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon, and Gran Turismo 7, because those engine sounds, oh boy! Just love the roar of that engine. It sounds so realistic. They actually held a microphone up to a running car to get that audio quality. They put microphones under the hood and up the exhaust pipe to give you the most realistic car fine-tuning racing experience you can imagine. Best Performance. So we've got voice actors or motion capture here, and it's all games we've seen. Horizon, Plague Tale, God of War, Immortality, and God of War again. So these are all just... Aren't these the same guys that did God of War a few years ago? Not that it matters, but I mean, didn't they win the award last time? I don't recognize any of these people because I'm not familiar with those in the industry. I assume these all lent their voices or something like that. But again, there's only there's 5 options and there's only 4 games recommended here. Immortality wins because she's the hottest. How can you tell, Emporio? She's basically all grayed out. I can't remember last year's Game Awards. I just pretend it didn't happen. Games for Impact. Okay, so here's a bunch of new games for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. You've got the Woke Awards, you guys! Gaming's gone woke! This is, we got A Memoir Blue, As Dusk Falls, Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction is Forever, Hindsight, and I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I've never heard of any of these. Are they chat's eating up these awards more than I am, talking about going woke. I'm just fucking being stupid here. Yeah, no one in chat has heard of these games. Are they on Steam? I mean, I don't think any of these have like a retail box release. These have to be digital games, which is fine. But, I mean, lately I've been keeping track of what gets released on Steam because I've been actively collecting games and putting them in my wish list to buy on when they go on sale. And I'm actually playing games that I have on Steam now because I'm done with having a backlog of games. I haven't seen any of these. They came out this year? When? Where? How? Who? What? Best ongoing game. Apex Legends is still ongoing. Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite. Gotta do the dance. And Genshin Impact. Isn't Genshin Impact just like a mobile game? It's like a gacha mobile game with like anime tits in it. That's the whole point. Also, Final Fantasy... You guys remember when Final Fantasy games were actual standalone games you played on a cartridge that had an adventure you go on and an ending, and you got to beat it, and it wasn't just some always-on crap you just play online? People talk about games having a glow up. I think Final Fantasy had a massive glow down. Is that a thing? Best indie. Here's the indie games. Here are the indie games. Here's Stray, again, as an indie game. I fucking told you they were going to be propping this game up as their indie game. Now they have Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, and Tunic. I've heard of Tunic. I actually want to play Tunic. I've heard of Cult of the Lamb only because one of my streaming friends streamed it. I know of the name only. I didn't watch any of the streams because it didn't seem like something that interested me. I don't know about Neon White or Sifu. So some of these games I've heard of. Fingers crossed for Tunic then. I don't know who's going to win Best Indie. But again, I don't feel like any of these are true indie games because so many people worked on this. Like Python Blue's talking about Brock the Investigator, which is a game that we've played on our chill streams. A game I backed on Kickstarter because I thought it was really cool. That was made, I mean, Cowcat Games is like 1 or 2 people. And I know that the developer, he worked very hard on Brock. It's actually made using Game Maker, if you can believe that. Just goes to show you what you can really accomplish with that software. That's indie to me. Stray is not indie. Tunic is not indie. Oh, I'm sorry. Cowcat is 1 person, not 2. I thought maybe there was somebody else working and co-designing Brock at one point. No, it's just 1 person. That's even more indie, okay? That is the definition of indie. Oh, best mobile game. Mobile games, you guys. These aren't even real games. Apex Legends has a mobile version. Diablo Immortal. Is this an early April Fool's joke? There's Genshin Impact again. Marvel Snap and Tower of Fantasy. I only know of Diablo Immortal because of the meme I joked about from BlizzCon or whatever. I was right that Genshin Impact was just a mobile game. 80 Slam is like, these choices suck. Yep. My thoughts exactly. Well, that was a sour one. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Apex Legends, again. Destiny 2, again. Final Fantasy 14, again. Fortnite, again. And fucking No Man's Sky. Fandramon is laughing her ass off that No Man's Sky is in this category. Also, this is sponsored by Discord, by the way. The chat service everyone hates but has to use, because Skype sucks and MSN is dead. No Man's Sky came out, like, years ago and launched... what people are arguing is in, like, an incomplete, non-working state. And they had to patch the hell out of it to get the angry mob off their backs. So I think it's funny to see No Man's Sky appear here as a nomination. I think No Man's Sky has been nominated multiple times for something like this in the past. Have they ever won? Can I rant on Discord? I can rant on Discord. The only thing I hate the most about Discord is that they charge you for shit that MSN Messenger came standard with. Right? Remember when you used to have MSN, you could have custom emoticons and emojis, an unlimited amount of them, mind you, and you could use them in one-on-one chats with as many people as you wanted to, and if somebody used a custom emoticon that you thought was cool, you could right-click on it and save it and add that to your account and profile so you could use it when talking to other people. You can't fucking do that on Discord. Discord charges you Discord Nitro prices so you can have the privilege of using custom emoticons. They're not called emojis, they're called emoticons. Fuck you. So you could use custom emoticons in a chat, in a one-on-one chat with somebody else. And to do this, you have to make your own server, dump all of your emoticons into that server as a workaround, and then you can use them freely in other chats and other servers. That's bullshit. MSN Messenger gave you that shit for free. And it had games built into it. I'm talking you could play Minesweeper flags, fucking checkers, chess, Wheel of fucking Fortune. I played Wheel of Fortune on MSN Messenger so much people called me the Ken Jennings of Wheel of Fortune because I was so damn good at that game. People thought I cheated. I didn't cheat. It's all skill. It's all up here. Discord can't even do that. But if they did, they'd probably charge you for it, make you pay per game or have a premium subscription service. What a bunch of shit. Oh yeah, Fandramon's right. You can send sound clips through MSN. You can't do that in Discord. You can, but you have to make sure they're under a certain pathetic size limit. You can send whatever the fuck you wanted through MSN. File transfers, any fucking size you want. None of this 2 megabyte, 8 megabyte bullshit. You want to send someone a whole ass song? Fucking do it, man. Just go to your Kazaa folder, click on share, drag it into MSN Messenger, boom, file transfer. You can be sharing those Limp Bizkit songs illegally to your heart's content. Discord can't do any of that. Not unless you pay for it. Fuck Discord. We didn't know how good we had it. Innovation and accessibility. So this is games that are that support people with disabilities, like color blindness and stuff like that. What do we got here? As Dusk Falls, God of War again, Return to Monkey Island. Is that a re-release? The Last of Us Part 1. Didn't this game come out a long ass time ago? And The Quarry. What's The Last of Us doing here? This game came out forever. They made a Last of Us 2. Oh, The Last of Us was re-released this year. The game barely just came out. It came out what? Less than a decade ago and they're already remastering it? Fucking make a new game. I mean, I can see re-releasing Pac-Man, because that game's been out forever. The Last of Us hadn't even been out for a decade, and you're already making a new one? I mean, you're already remastering it? Really? You're that out of ideas? You're just gonna... Are people buying this shit? Best VR AR. After the Fall, Amogus, Bone Lab, Moss Book 2, and Red Matter 2. Well, I don't have a VR kit. Oh, there's a leaf in here. That's how you know it's fresh. I don't have a VR kit, so I've never played any of these. How do you play Amogus in VR? Isn't that just a top-down game? Do they make it first person? I just know Amogus as the meme game that Zoomers play. Somebody apparently popular streamed it or something, and everyone glomped onto it, and that's just been the fucking meme, right? Things that look like Amogus, and people saying Amogus instead of Among Us, people saying sus, even though sus was a word before Among Us, and now when you say it, that's what people think of because they're stupid. You know what? I don't like Among Us either. I don't like it either. I'm just going to come out and say that. These other games I haven't heard of, though. Bone Lab, is that like a modeling thing or something? Sounds like something you can use to render stuff with. Flux says Bone Lab has cool music. Well, that's one thing it's got going for it. These games I would have no experience with because, like I said, I don't have a headset. I would like to get a VR headset. The problem is I don't have any place to put those tracking boxes. And then this big-ass table's in the way if I wanted to play anything VR. So I wouldn't know what to do. And plus, VR headsets are still expensive, and I'm not going to buy an Oculus because, like, you have to have a Facebook account, and I feel like they keep track of what you do and watch everything and send it back to Meta and Mark Zuckerberg, whatever, so God forbid if I do something forbidden, Mark Zuckerberg's going to know about it. Best action game. Hey, look, another Nintendo game. Bayonetta 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2, Neon White, Sifu, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I kind of want Ninja Turtles to win because whenever Tuna-Boat Tony was down and he visited last weekend, he brought his copy of Shredder's Revenge, and I'm a fan of the Ninja Turtles arcade game, and Shredder's Revenge played a lot like the original arcade game. So I thought that was a lot of fun. So, gasp, one of these games that appears in the Game Awards I have something positive to say about. Oh no! No, it's a good game. It's a good game. You guys think Shredder's Revenge stands a chance against these other games? You don't think Call of Duty's gonna win? It'd be nice if Shredder's Revenge won. Because that'd be like one game I'd be like, yeah, you take that fake gaming Oscar. You celebrate. Go to the Waffle House after this show. Best action stroke adventure. And we're right back to Plague Tale, God of War, Horizon, Stray, and Tunic. Next. Best role-playing. We got Elden Ring, Live Alive, however it's pronounced, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 again. A lot of Nintendo represented here, actually. 3 of the 5 games are Nintendo releases. Is that all they do, is just do role-playing now? Is that what they're known for? Square Enix names their games really weird things, like, what the hell is a triangle strategy anyways? What does that mean? Triangle? What, you mean trigonometry? That's the word you're thinking of, I think, right? Pokemon Legends Arceus. This came out this past year? Didn't they also do Scarlet Violet? They do 2 Pokemon games in a year? That seems weird. Unless Pokemon Legends is something like a self-enclosed miniature adventure or something like that. I don't know, I'm not familiar with it. Okay, Legends Arceus is an enclosed adventure released in February. Okay, so this is like a standalone quest or whatever. That makes sense, I guess. Best Fighting. DNF Duel. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. The King of Fighters 15. Multiverses, and Sifu again. What even is Sifu? Sifu. Because that's popped up like a few times in different genres. What is this? Also, Multiverses, there's Shaggy right there. He's only going to use 10% of his power to win this award. Emporio's like, King of Fighters has that many games? Apparently. Apparently. I feel like they released a lot of King of Fighters in a short span of time. Because I remember the King of Fighters series from when I was younger. I think they used to use years to denote the game. And then they switched to numbers at some point. And I feel like they were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, they just like hurried through it. Maybe they skipped a few numbers. Maybe they're doing the Windows thing and they went from 8 to 10. They didn't think anyone would notice. Best family game. Here's the Nintendo category. They're almost all going to be Nintendo. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Nintendo Switch Sports, Splatoon 3. This is probably going to be the winner of Splatoon 3 because that was a pretty big. Splatoon 3 was such a big deal when it came out that I had to mute the term Splatoon 3 on Twitter because I was sick and tired of hearing about it. Not because I didn't want spoilers, I just am not a Splatoon fan, and I'm tired of seeing it. And Twitter wasn't working when I would say, show me less of this, so I just filtered it out. And my exposure to Splatoon 3, drastic, go down. Oh. They're playing music because the show starts soon. Who thought the Rabbids were mascots that were worthy of being on par with Mario? I think they're ugly. I think Ubisoft made one of the ugliest. Ubisoft made like fucking Rayman and stuff. Like who fucking cares? All their mascots are ugly and stupid looking. Rabbids, really? Chat doesn't like Rabbids. Is there a single person out there that does? Emporio says children. I guess Rabbids are like bootleg minions or something. Best sim and strategy. Dune, Spice Wars, Mario and Rabbids again, Total War, Warhammer 3, 2 Point Campus, and Victoria 3. So what exactly is the Rabbids game? Because it's under sim. It was under, what was this? It's under family, and it's under sim and strategy. So what do you, is it like, what do you do? It's basically Final Fantasy Tactics, but way shittier. Okay. Okay. I'll buy it. Best sports and racing. Here you go. F1 22, FIFA 23, NBA 2K23, Gran Turismo 7, Ollie Ollie World. What the fuck is Ollie Ollie World? I don't understand this category because how can you compare basketball to soccer? How do you do that? I feel like you can't. It's apples and oranges. This category is fucking dumb. Also, you throw racing in. You throw racing into the same category as sports. What does Gran Turismo 7 have in common with FIFA 23? Really, you got FIFA and NBA going against each other. You got Gran Turismo and F1 going against each other. And then Ollie Ollie World as your fucking wild card here. And they're all in the same category together. How do you pick what's the best game out of that? You could probably pick the best game with a ball. Best game with a car. Fantron's like, we get one sports game category and like 5 esports categories. Yeah. Because esports is the way of the future. They even call it esports, like these players are athletes or something. These choices suck. Yeah. I'd say you can't go wrong with Gran Turismo. I'm not into Gran Turismo, but from what I understand, they really pay attention to the finer details of like car tuning and handling and realism. So if that's your thing, that's where you want to be. I don't think it's going to win the category because it's not really sports in the same way as like F1 is racing, where you just get the cars and go around a track. Best multiplayer. Here we go. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiverses, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, and Shredder's Revenge. Interesting that Shredder's Revenge is here for best multiplayer, in the same category as Modern Warfare 2. You think it's going to be Overwatch? There's a lot of source filmmaker porn of Overwatch characters. Don't ask me how I know that, I just know that. Free said Call of Duty is broken on release. It does not deserve to be up there. I didn't know that. It doesn't surprise me. This is what? They've done so many Call of Duties, they've made 2 Modern Warfare 2s. They're out of ideas. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Content Creator of the Year. You guys heard of these people? Carl Jacobs, Ludwig, Nebellion, Nobrew, QT Cinderella. I know who all these people are. I follow them on YouTube. I subscribe to their channel. I got a tier 3 Twitch sub on all their channels. Fuck off. Best debut indie. And look, it's Stray again. Again. Neon White, Norco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors. A few of these games we've already seen pop up a few times in the indie categories. Fandramon, worst best VTuber of the year, aka biggest anime tits of the year. Well, we still have a few categories left to look at, so maybe we'll see one. Best adaptation. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. Arcane League of Legends, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted. The fucking movie. Isn't Mark Wahlberg in that movie? Fuck off. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is eligible for nomination for this. It came out this past year. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 should win. You know, these movies are not that bad. These movies are... Sonic movies, I've seen both of them. I saw the first one after the fact. And then I liked the first one so much that when the second one came out, I actually went to go see it in a theater. And I think Jim Carrey does an excellent role playing Dr. Robotnik. And I think Ben Schwartz is great as the voice of Sonic. The movies are fun. The movies are... They're just fun. And they're fun to watch. They're good popcorn movies that, you know, you couldn't ask for anything more out of a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. But I'm glad that the Sonic studio got cyberbullied into redesigning Sonic, because that first go at it, that sucked. That was fucking god-awful. Most anticipated game. Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, there's your fucking Harry Potter bullshit. Resident Evil 4, the remake, Starfield, or The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Formerly known as the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Was the actual working title of that game. I shit you not. So Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 14 has been nominated for games. Where's Final Fantasy 15? Is it out and it just didn't get nominated? Because if 16 is the most anticipated game and 14 is being nominated for awards, what happened to 15? Did it fall through the cracks? Was 15 a flop? No one played Final Fantasy 15? Oh, 15's not an MMORPG. Okay. Mr. Hades Flame says, I thought everyone canceled Harry Potter. They canceled J.K. Rowling because she's transphobic. She's a TERF. I think that stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist, I think. So, J.K. Rowling has said some pretty shitty things about, you know, in regards to, like, trans rights and all that. I tend not to involve myself with, like, social justice causes because, at least publicly, because I don't want to open that can of worms. We come here to goof off and joke about games in a no-judgment environment. So, yeah, she said some pretty shitty things. So people canceled her, but it's mostly like separating the art from the artist. And there's people who still like the Harry Potter movies and books, but they hate J.K. Rowling, which sucks because supporting the Hogwarts Legacy game is still directly putting money in J.K. Rowling's pockets, so it's lose-lose. But apparently people are so anticipated for it that it's nominated for a Game Award. Kanye. Fuck Kanye West, man. I never liked Kanye West, and I feel vindicated as all hell. Here we go. Best esports game. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, League of Legends, Rocket League, Valorant. These are all the games that professional gamers play. These guys, these are gaming athletes, okay? More like gaming athletes. They play these games all the time. They get coached on how to click on the buttons in Dota 2. They get coached on how to kick the ball into the net in Rocket League, how to drive their cars. This is stupid. Oh, here we go. They call them athletes! Are you shitting me? Best esports athlete. Athlete! We got Chovy, Faker, Kerrigan, Simple, and Ye. I know who these people are. Next is Coach, right? Oh, best esports team. Dark Zero Esports, FaZe Clan, Gen G, LA Thieves, Loud. They each play a different game, so it's not like they could determine the best esports team by having them all play each other. No, these each play a different game, and they get voted on by who? Who follows this shit? Do the people who follow the Valorant gaming community also follow Counter-Strike Go? Do they also follow that? Do the people who play Apex give two shits about League of Legends? If you follow esports, do you guys follow like everybody, or do you only follow certain teams? Like I would imagine even if you like football, you don't watch all the games. You're like, oh yeah, my favorite team is the Commanders, or my favorite team is the Cowboys, or whatever. And you only watch when those teams play. That's it. You could care less about the Packers versus the Buccaneers. You're not going to watch that game. You'll get the Cliff Notes. Yeah, best esports coach. Oh wow, look at these fucking names. Blade. I think that's Bazooka. Doom Bros. Robin. Score. This motherfucker wearing a business suit is an esports coach for Gen G, and they play League of Legends. This is so stupid. This will never not be stupid. A Doom Bro? God damn it, Necro. Best esports event. EVO 2022, the 2022 League of Legends World Championship, PGL Major Antwerp 2022, the 2022 Mid-Season Invitational, or Valorant Champions 2022. Who cares? They don't even have awards ceremonies for these awards. They just give them out like in between world premiere trailer releases. Watch, that's what they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna give them out in between trailers, and it's gonna be like a fucking footnote. They couldn't find one more category to make this an even thing. That bothers me. All right, let's watch this disaster. Hey, thanks for checking out Gatorbox on YouTube. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw and you want to kick around with us live, follow us on Twitch because we do this several times during the week. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by subscribing right here on YouTube, following or subscribing over on Twitch, or even making a pledge on Patreon. Your support over the years has been tremendous. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video right here on Gatorbox.